All right, everybody. So this is a quick lesson on how to draw a map of an outdoor space. For this week, what I'd like you to do is pick an outdoor space that's pretty easy for you to get to and for you to see. Bring a pencil and paper with you, and then do a couple of quick things. First, you want to make sure the area you're in is safe. Second, make sure that you know which way is north. And if you know which way is north, then you can figure out which way is south, east, and west. Now, I'm going to do my backyard. So here is how I'm going to go about drawing a map of my backyard. I'm not tech savvy enough to show you by actually drawing it, so I'm going to show you on the computer here. All right, but here's what I do. I have my blank piece of paper here, and my backyard is shaped like a rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in a rectangle. All right, so when I draw that rectangle, I'm going to put it in my picture. And as I look at this, I got to figure out which way is north. Well, I happen to know that the sun the sun rises in the morning on the right side of my house over here, and on the right side of my backyard. And the sun sets on this side every day. So if I know the sun rises here and it sets here, and I know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, then I know that this direction is east, this direction is west. So I'm going to draw what's called a compass or a compass rose right down here. And what this is going to do, I'll move it right there. What this is going to do is it's going to show what direction is east, which I know is over on the right. So I'm going to write this E over here. It shows which direction is north. So I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to bring it to the front. I'm actually going to move this to the back real quick. All right, and then if I know that that's north, that's east, the opposite of east is west. So I'm going to go over here to west. And the opposite of north is south. So I'm going to put my south right down there, hopefully where you can read it. All right, so now I know my directions, and I know how that orients me to my backyard. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look around my backyard and see what kind of features are there for me to draw. But when I'm drawing this map, I'm not going to draw like I'm looking out into my backyard. I'm going to pretend I'm a bird and I'm flying over top of my backyard looking down. So if I'm looking down, maybe I have some trees. So I'm going to find all the trees in my yard and I'm going to put them on the map where they are in my yard. So I have an ash tree that's right there in my yard. And then I have this little maple tree that's right, it's a little closer to the ash, right there. Then I have a tree, I don't even know what type of tree it is. It's an old tree, and it's right there. And then I have an oak tree down here. And I have a pine tree right back here with that tree. I don't know what it is. And then we have a kind of a small tree, but it's right in the middle of the backyard, right there. All right, so those are the trees that are in my yard, okay? And so I know if the sun rises in the east, the shadows spray this way in the morning, and then it sets in the west, so the shadows spray this way. All right, now my house is over here. So I'm going to draw the stairs from my house. They come out kind of right out of the middle of my house, right here. So there's like a couple of little stairs that go down into my backyard. All right, And then I have a little shed. And in my shed, that shed is in the back corner over here of my yard. And I have a little garden I made with my kids. And our garden is right here. It's kind of in line with that ash tree up there. There we go. That garden's right there. And then we put up a little swing to sit on right beside the stairs here. Now, when I look at this map, I think to myself, well, that's kind of what my backyard looks like from the bird's eye view. So if I'm sitting up high and I'm looking down, I can see, oh yeah, there's my garden, there's some trees. But to somebody who hasn't ever been to my backyard before, they might not know what all this means. So I have to do something called a legend. And a legend is something that explains what is on the map. So I have some little symbols that I'm using. And so, like when I draw the little puffy thing, I got to know what that is, right? And so I'm going to put the little puffy thing here. And the little kind of smiley face looking thing, somebody else might not know what that is. These certainly somebody could get confused on. So I'm going to be mindful of that. And then here is another symbol, and here's another symbol. All of these things are things that are in my yard, but somebody looking at my map might not know what they are. So here's what I've got to do. I've got to make a legend. And my legend, I'm going to say that this little symbol right here means garden. And that little symbol down there means shed. And then over here, I'm going to put what these three things stand for. The little puffy thing, of course, is a tree. Little smiley face thing is kind of a swing. And then the stairs. Now, anybody looking at my map can know what those things are. Now, what I'd like you to do is go to an outdoor area, and I want you to draw a map of that area with all the landmarks put in it, just like this.